Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Christmas Day 2023. Missed a couple of days again. Very busy coming up to Christmas. And I had the option at about 3 a.m. Do I spend an hour filming a video about how bad we were at Stoke? Or do I get 4 hours sleep? And I chose the 4 hours sleep, so please forgive me. But let's just touch on that. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I've been watching various other Millwall people talking about it, and I think the coin has dropped with quite a few people now. I think they've kind of figured out what I was talking about like 3 weeks ago, and I saw this ahead that we were playing Huddersfield, we were playing Stoke, and now we're playing QPR, and this could be a very sticky situation for us. And so it has proven thusly. So this is from the londonnewsonline.co.uk. It's the 4 takeaways from the Stoke game. The London News Online. Daniel Marsh's 4 takeaways from Mill's stalemate at Stoke. Lions badly need fresh blood in January transfer window. Yeah, if you didn't know, you may do, because we only had 1 shot on target. I believe that was in injury time when the only player we have that has any pace was kept on the bench until the 90th minute. But hey, he had a one-on-one and he tried to hit it between the keeper's legs and didn't really work. But what can you do? Mill's winless run stretches 7 matches following a 0-0 draw against Stoke City on Saturday. Both sides produced little in the way of quality. Well, Stoke had 19 shots and Millwall had 2. We had 1. We did have 1 on target though, so 2 shots, 1 on target. That's 50. That's 50%. That's all you need. That's all you need, isn't it? Stoke had 19 shots, but only 4 were on target. So there you go. Both sides produced little in the way of quality, and the Lions managed just 2 shots in total against the Potters, who remained a point and a place above them in the table. Here are Daniel Marsh's takeaways from the match at the Bet365 Stadium. No cutting edge. Mill's defence has been uncharacteristically porous this term, so recording a first shot in 6 against Stoke should have given Joe Edwards' side something to build upon during the festive period. However, their inability to fashion chances against a poor side should set alarm bells ringing. Yeah, ding a ding a ding 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 ding. Although Mill took far better care of the ball, there was little in the way of quality to trouble Stoke in the final third. The fact only 2 shots were mustered in total all afternoon tells a concerning yet familiar story. The team were far too deep when they had possession to cause Stoke any major issue. If only we had someone who could pace, who could break when we were deep, that we could play long, not long high balls to, but long like through balls into the passages, the channels down the sides. The team were far too deep, and on the occasions they did get in the vicinity of Stoke's penalty area, either poor decision making or a dearth of quality killed any hope of a breakthrough. Mill's creativity crisis long precedes. Oh yeah, it's not his fault, you hear. Long precedes Edwards, but sadly there were plenty of old habits on display up in Staffordshire. Sarkic steps up. Matija Sarkic has had it tough since moving to SC16 in the summer. After spending months on the sideline with a quad injury, the goalkeeper then cost Mill precious points with errors in back-to-back games against Cardiff and Ipswich after coming back in ahead of Bart Biakowski. But this was far more likely from Sarkic, who looked a completely different player against the club he spent time on loan with last year. You think he raised his game because he was playing a team that he was at last season? He exuded confidence when dealing with plenty of balls in the box and marshalled Mill's defence with a steely air of authority during his second half bombardment. This was exactly the type of solid showing Sarkic needed after a tough spell. Mill can be a hard place to build confidence, and to date, he's not lived up to the billing after arriving for a 7-figure fee. His showing against Stoke should give him a much needed boost. QPR, a must win. Given both sides' standing in the league, the Boxing Day clash looked like a game Mill couldn't really afford to lose a week ago. But after accumulating just 2 points from matches against Huddersfield and Stoke, two other teams in and around the relegation zone, Tuesday's derby has now much more riding on it. It's now no wins in 7 for Millwall, and the natives are getting restless. The relegation zone is, for the first time in a long time, far too close for comfort. A win, particularly at the Den, would be priceless given Mill's current plight and recent form. The Lions simply can't afford to head into the new year without taking advantage of at least one of the matches against teams in and around them. As it stands, QPR is their last chance to do so, and it is now a must-win match. January plans must change. It's hard not to feel at least a little bit sorry for Edwards right now. This isn't his squad. And it's noticeable that he's telling, well, it won't be his squad if he's the coach. It's not his squad anyway. It's not going to be his squad in the future. He's just the coach. He's not a manager. He's toned down the elements of the plans he implemented in the early games of his tenure to suit a squad which is totally bereft of belief and, on recent evidence, low on quality. Edwards and Alex Aldridge have already played down the chances of major surgery in January, but boy does this team need some help. We have a squad built to play with a back five, but we don't create chances playing that shape. The personnel doesn't suit it, even though on paper some should. The lack of pace in advanced areas continues to handicap us, and the majority of our play is pedestrian and predictable. To put it bluntly, Mill need fresh blood badly. Everybody knows the club spent a significant amount in the summer and we don't have endless riches to delve into, but we need to get inventive and make things happen, because otherwise it could be a long old slog until May. January is a notoriously tricky window to get right, but Mill need to attack it. Much more than the remainder of this season is likely to hinge on what happens between January the 1st and February. Mill will need fresh blood badly. Indeed. And I would suggest that fresh blood needs to be a manager, not a head coach, and get rid of Alex Aldridge. Because isn't it weird that when he left for Stoke, we started doing well. When he came back, we started doing poorly. I'm sure that's just a coincidence. Hey, so this is also from LondonNewsOnline.co.uk, the South London Press's online website. Mill midfielder addresses Den form ahead of crucial QPR clash. Billy Mitchell is convinced that the turning point under Joe Edwards is just one win away, as Mill will host QPR at the Den on Boxing Day in a crucial clash at the bottom of the Championship. The Lions host the West Londoners after picking up a point at Stoke in a goalless draw on Saturday. Mill are 3 points above the drop zone, with QPR 22nd on 20 points and winless in their last 7 Championship outings. Yeah, Mill, not QPR. QPR have lost their last 2 matches under Martí Fuentes, but Mill have the worst home form in the Championship so far this season. The Lions are bottom of the form table, having only picked up 9 points and scored 9 goals at the Den. Record season ticket sales. Aren't you lucky? 9 points and 9 goals. Fantastic. The fans have been really good the last few games. They got behind us during a tricky time, Mitchell told the South London Press. It could be a hangover and a disappointment from that Blackburn game, but I don't think it is. I can't place it. Sometimes these things happen sometimes. But I honestly believe that once we get one win, then things are going to completely turn around. We have a group of lads who get one and want Millwall and do themselves to do well. It's just a matter of time. Sometimes when teams are doing well, it's often because most people are firing and feeling confident. For us, maybe we have one too many players who are lacking a bit of confidence and not feeling it at the moment. It causes the team not to do well when you have a couple of players like that. No one can change things on their own. It's just a matter of time before it all clicks. These games are the ones you'd have the 6-pointers. We're playing 2 teams who are also down there. It's important to take points away from teams who are hot on your heels. It's pressured, but that's football. If you want to get out of this patch, there's no other way than going out on the pitch, being the one to get the ball, or put the one in the back of the net, the one to step up. I have full confidence that we're going to get some results. So confidence. We've heard this from Joe Edwards again, the head coach. Confidence. The players are not confident. The players are not confident. You know whose job it is to give confidence to the players. It's the manager, but we don't have a manager. We have a head coach. He literally said himself he didn't speak to George Saville about when he gave away the penalty that conceded that goal that led to us turning a win into a draw. He didn't speak to him about it because he didn't think it was his job, because he's a head coach. He's not a manager. We need a man manager. We need someone who can G the players up and give them the confidence. Then they go out and get the result. Not the other way around. Oh, do this, do that, play like this, play like that, and we should win. And then we win. When we do win, you'll feel confident. That's how it works, isn't it? No, you fucking retard. Right. I'm going to show you this. Why am I showing you this? This is the Wikipedia page for the 2023-24 EFL Championship season. We are 20th. QPR are 22nd. Now, because of the point of Stoke, we cannot fall into the relegation zone. Or can we? Well, we can technically. We can. How? Well, if we lose to QPR, but if we lose, they'll be on 23 points, we'll be on 23 points. But, I hear you say, look at the goal difference. We have -7, they have -13. Oh, okay. So if we lose 1-0, we won't drop into the relegation zone this week, maybe next week, maybe after we lose to Norwich. But we can, you see, we can. If QPR beat us 3-0, which is not a scoreline that is beyond the pale, because we have lost quite a few times 3-0 at home so far this season. If we lose 3-0, our goal difference will go down to -10. Theirs will go down to, or up to, -10. We will be on the same amount of points, 23. We will be on the same goal difference, -10. They will have, then it goes to, you can see there underneath, it's the rules for classification are points, then goal difference, then number of goals scored. We will just still be above QPR if they beat us by 3 clear goals, by the fact that we would have scored one more goal more than them. Because at the moment, we have scored 24, they have scored 20. So if they beat us by 3 clear goals, either 3-0, 4-1, 5-2, God forbid, we will still be above them by the purpose of the third tiebreaker, number of goals scored, by 1 goal. Aha. Now, however, if they beat us by 4 clear goals, if we lose 4-0 at home on Boxing Day to Queen's Park Rangers, they will go above us. They will go above us. And that's all it takes, is a 4-goal swing in that game. And I would suggest that if that happens. Now, Huddersfield Town, don't forget about them. They're there. They're in between us. So we could drop down 1 place to 21st, because Huddersfield are playing Blackburn. Huddersfield are at home to Blackburn. But it's not beyond the realms that they could win that game or even get a point. But they need to win that game. If they do, if Huddersfield win that game and we lose by the 4 clear goals to Queen's Park Rangers tomorrow on Boxing Day, we will be in the relegation zone. And I will tell you that if that happens, I think it's time to go, Joe. It's time to go. So why would that be time to go? Well, I'm going to show you right now. This is from 11v11.com. Is historical record of head-to-head between Millwall and Queen's Park Rangers. And you can see the first home game that we had against them is all the way back in 2021, over 100 years ago, 102 years ago, March 1921. We drew 0-0 in Division 3 South. and the next two games were still 0-0. But this is a game we win. This is a game that Millwall win. Look at all the green W's. Dub, 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 dub. Now, we get to August 1937, the first time that Queen's Park Rangers beat Millwall at Millwall. And that 4-1 there, this one, see it? That is our worst ever result. At home, to Queen's Park Rangers, is 4-1, so a 3-goal margin. If we lose by a 4-goal margin tomorrow, Boxing Day, at home to Queen's Park Rangers, under Joe Edwards, head coach, that will be our worst ever home result against Queen Park Rangers. Not only that, but it will then send us, most likely, into the relegation zone. It will certainly drop us below Queen's Park Rangers. And that will be absolutely horrible. And you can see here, so we can count probably on one hand. 1937 they beat us, 1954 they beat us at home, 1973, 1990, so we're up to 4, 2019 that's 5, last season that's 6. They have only beaten us at the Den 6 times. And like I said, the 4-1 was the worst. That was the worst. Now, remarkably, for two teams that have played quite a few games, who are in London, we haven't really played them at Christmas that many times. We got the 29th of December, 2017, we won 1-0. We also have another game, if we go up, I believe it's a Boxing Day, was it? No, the 28th. So the 28th, 1935, we won 2-0. So, yeah, we've only had 2 Christmas games against them at Millwall. I think we have quite a few the other way, but only at Millwall, the 2. So, yeah. If we lose by the 4-goal margin, that will mess us up and drop us down. That will be our worst ever home result against Queen's Park Rangers. So, before we get into the previews and predictions, we have this to look at. So, obviously a home game. We have matchday mascots and message board. So let's get through this. Johnny Reeves is the official matchday mascot. He's 10 years old. He's been, well, I don't know how he knows this. He's been recording it. He's 105th Millwall match, home and away. He goes to William Harding School in Halsbury. So he lives in Halsbury and he's been to 105 Millwall matches. And his hobbies are playing centre midfield for Stoke Mandeville FC, as well as gaming on his PlayStation. His favourite player is Zion Fleming, whilst Johnny predicts a 3-1 win for the Lions. Next up is James Parry. He's 7 years old. He goes to Old Bexley Church of England School and lists his hobbies as football, playing cards and fishing. James's favourite player is Danny McNamara, and he hopes Millwall will win 2-0 on Boxing Day. Next up is Frankie Crutwell, pictured there with the late John Brelson. Frankie's 9 years old, and then he goes to Colgate Primary School. His hobbies include football, boxing, and girlfriends. And his favourite player is Ryan Leonard. Frankie predicts a 2-0 win for Millwall over QPR. Anthony Wyatt. 10-year-old Anthony attends Hampton Primary School and enjoys football, swimming, and drawing. Anthony's favourite player is Zion Fleming, and he predicts a 2-1 win for Millwall. We hope you all have a wonderful day. Yes, we certainly do. Now, moving on to this, the message board for tomorrow's game. Happy 11th birthday to our champion, Freddie Ewing. Super proud of all you have achieved. Have fun. Love forever, Mum, Dad, Billy, and Stanley. So there, boxing there, boxing champion. Not bad. And that is it. Nice. Okay, it's short and sweet. Now moving on to the preview and predictions of the game. This is from whoscored.com. It's the head-to-head. The last 6 games, as we've seen on the other side, it's even Stevens. It's 2 wins, 2 draws, and 2 defeats. It's 5 goals scored for us, 5 goals scored for them. 7 yellow cards, 11 yellow cards. Yes, a 1-1 draw, a 0-0 draw. 2 clean sheets for us, and 3 clean sheets for them. No, 3 clean sheets for us, 2 clean sheets for them. So here is the table as it stands right now, as we've just seen. Let's go to the home table. We are basically we're both as bad as each other. 2 wins, 3 draws, and 6 defeats at the Den and at Loftus Road. We are only bottom because we've only scored 9 goals, and they scored 10 goals at home. In terms of away form, though, both teams are better away than they are at home. What does that say? I don't know. And they've only drawn 2, so it doesn't look like they try to draw. It's not a thing they try to do. If we look at the form table right now, there you go. We haven't had a win in 6 games, 3 draws, 3 defeats. They've won 3, although that was their last time out. They haven't won a game in 3. They've lost 2 and then drawn 1. Then before that, they won 3 in a row. Scoring 9, conceding 5, which is literally a minute mirror of us. We've scored 5, conceded 9. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. So, let's have a look down here. So you can see the last 6 home games for Mill, the last 6 away games for QPR. They actually lost to Sheffield Wednesday the last time out. Their last away game was a 2-1 defeat to Sheffield Wednesday. So obviously, we went to Sheffield Wednesday and won 4-0. They went to Rotherham and only drew 1-1. So what's going on there? But then they went to Norwich and they only lost 1-0. They went to Huddersfield, so they went away to Huddersfield and lost 2-1. So this should be an opportunity for Millwall to win this game, because QPR went away to the teams around them. They went away to Huddersfield. They went away to Rotherham, who are well below them, and Sheffield Wednesday are well below them. And they didn't win those games. But that's another thing. If they do beat us tomorrow, look at this. They couldn't beat Huddersfield. They couldn't beat Rotherham. They couldn't beat Sheffield Wednesday, but they beat Millwall. If that happens, you got to go, Joe. It's time to go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Millwall, not a clean sheet in the last 6 home games. Failed to score in 2 of them against Southampton and Coventry. 2 penalties as well, last minute or late game penalties against Sunderland and Huddersfield, trying to defend that 1-0 lead. But like I said, you look at QPR's results and the teams at the bottom of the table. If we don't win this game, it's bruh. How can you not win this game? Strengths and weaknesses and styles of play. Match forecast there. Red card. It is a full moon tomorrow, isn't it? Full moon, but everyone's a bit nutty. La Luna. Tintorella La Luna. Maybe a red card. That'll really help us, wouldn't it? In this what is it? Festive fixture pile up. Get a couple of players sent off, or 1 player sent off. Who would be the worst player to get sent off? Probably Joe Bryan. But yeah. So let's go to the predictions from whoscored.com. So here we go. You ready for this? Millwall attempted just 2 shots on their visit to the Bet365 stadium on Saturday afternoon, but an impressive defensive display ensured that they left Staffordshire with a point. The 4-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday will seem a long time ago for Joe Edwards, whose side have now failed to win any of their last 7 league matches. A late Shay Charles red card did little to change the scoreline at the weekend, as QPR were beaten 1-0 in a closely fought contest with promotion hopeful Southampton. Despite losing back-to-back championship games, Marty Cervente's side remained just 2 points adrift from safety ahead of this London derby. And they predict Millwall 0, QPR 1. So even they're starting to realise now that something's not right. And they predict a 1-0 defeat for Millwall. Now, moving on to SkySports.com. David Prutton's predictions. Where are we? We're all the way down the bottom. Just like we are in the table. And here you go. David Prutton of Sky Sports predicts Millwall 1, QPR 1. So there you go. They don't think we're going to win either, but he's giving us the draw. He predicts Huddersfield to lose to Blackburn. So that will, if that happens, that means we won't be in a relegation zone. Yeah, I mean, it's. I saw all this coming from about a month away. Yeah, this isn't working. This isn't happening. It's not working. If you leave it, the longer you leave it, it's not just going to suddenly start working. I would obviously, this is a massive opportunity to get that first home win, and I don't see it happening. He's talking about the players' heads drop, their confidence is low. Well, that's the manager's job to get them confident. Like, you see these managers, the way they talk, like even Holloway, he was like full of bullshit, but he's like bigging up the players, you know what I mean? He's trying to get in their heads, like puff them up, get them going. Shit, the crazy shit he was talking. You get Harry Redknapp, like bubbly, like, you're right, geez, and all this, like happy chappy, just talking and talking and talking to the players and all that kind of thing, you know what I mean? And we haven't got that. We've got a geezer who's firmly a coach, a head coach. Why do we need that? We've got Adam Barrett. We need a manager. We need someone who's going to lead the team. And yeah, this is big problems coming up, and it's going to be a defeat. I'm predicting a defeat. Like I said, QPR have a firm target. They know what they've got to do. They've got to win by 4 goals. Will that happen? I like to think not, but man, we lost 3-0. Joe Edwards seems to be doing a Gary Rowett speed run. All the things that were happening that Gary Rowett did over 3 years, Joe Edwards has done in about a month. He's like running through it, dropping the young lads, not playing them, and then saying, oh, they're very talented, but then like not giving them any game time. Making the subs on at the same time in every game now, 65, whatever. It's very weird. It's very weird. I think we're going to lose. I don't think it'll be the 4 clear goals. I'm not that pessimistic, but I think it will be like 3-1. 3-1 or 3-0. Probably with Lyndon Dykes scoring 2, because we tried to sign him, and that's what happens with those type of players. They come back and haunt us, don't they? The ones that got away. Yeah, I think obviously QPR know what they got to do, but they're going to be well up for it. They got a decent manager. Yeah. So I'm gonna say Millwall 1, QPR 3. And that probably won't be enough to get us in the relegation zone, but it won't be far away. And then we've got to go to Norwich on the 29th in 3 days' time. And the players will have even less confidence they have now because they don't have a manager to pick them up off the floor when they lose another game to a relegation rival. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.